I was very little when the massive storm of sickness struck my family. I felt very helpless looking at my father who was struggling physically, my mother, and there were people who would come over to our place and feel sorry about us because there were only girls in the families. That pushed me even more because I felt I was not good enough being a girl. So I had to think of myself as a boy and be there in the family. Mentally, I would say that I went through a time of shame because all of a sudden, from having everything to have that lack, being a child, going through neglect, going through a time of self-pity where I thought of myself as too little, why such things should happen to us alone. One evening where things were terribly wrong in my house, my father was sick and he was on that bed and he was crying and screaming because of pain. I took a knife and slit both my wrists because it was too much to contain inside. The pain was too much that I could not have dealt with it all by myself mentally, you see. So I had to take it out on myself somewhere. Being born in a Christian family, I knew about Jesus, but I did not know who Jesus was. When everything else around us faded away, when people around us left us, and when all of our savings ended, when we were left with nothing, that was a moment where we were like, oh, we need to look up to God. Yeah. It was through my mother, I would say. Psalm 121 says, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of the heavens and the earth. So this specific verse, I think I held on to it because for me it was like the maker, the creator God, the maker of the heavens and the earth, the one who created me, he has promised to be with me. And he has promised that he'll never leave me. It was on the 4th of June, while we were in a camp that same year, that I went there for was to be with the Lord, to pray and asking God to change my situation, heal my father all of a sudden. I just expected that miracle to happen and things in my house to change. And that very year, my father passed away. And I guess God knew what I really needed, and He blessed me and my sister so that we'd be able to face, the suffering, the pain that was to follow after that. So now in my journey with Jesus, I feel that I have a friend in Him, and it's not that all the struggles are gone. It's not that challenges are not there in life. It has taken a different form altogether. If you ask me if I would like to go back to my childhood and change something, I would say I would never want to go back to my childhood because it was extremely painful. But the lessons that I have learned from those years of my life is that you need God always with you. You need to get connected to the divine all the time because that's what we are meant to do, and without Him there is no life. Now I'm married to a God-fearing person and I've got 2 beautiful children, and I'm in ministry serving the Lord through Jan Pragati. Personally, I feel through my struggles, when I talk to a person, when I counsel a person, I'm able to see the pain that's behind. Because of all of those mental struggles that I had been through in my life, now I'm able to understand the pain and the trauma and the mental struggles that others go through.